What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing some Planet Zoo and I'm starting my new zoo in a brand new franchise mode. So, what would you like to call it? Guess I'll go for something simple like LB Zoos. Seems about right. And I get 100 conservation credits. Cool. And where do I want to make my first zoo? I think it only seems fair if I do it where I'm from, England. So we'll make myself an English zoo. Medium mode, I guess I'll go for flat terrain. Zoo name, I always struggle with the names. I have no clue what to call them. I'll go for LB Wildlife Park. That seems about right. Yeah, okay. Let's jump right in. Okay, so I have played this game before. I've played it a decent amount. I've got like 100 hours on it or something. So I do kind of know what I'm doing. But I'm not going to go fancy, get any car parks or proper entrances or anything. Because this is the first zoo, I'm just going to start off just, you know, a normal, how a new person to the game would start off. So just going to bring it out a little bit and then go into a little bit of a square here. Let's probably bring it one higher. That seems about right. Just to make it look a bit nicer, if you put paths right on the edges there, it curves it a little bit, so I can do that and make it curve. So I guess to start off, I should probably get down some guest facilities, make sure the guests have everything they need. So I'm going to start off with the simple chief beef, which its path length's a bit annoying. I don't think I could fit two in, which is a shame. Yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe I don't start off like this then. Maybe I place down the facilities first, then build paths around it. That might be a bit better. There we go, okay. That's all of the staff facilities. Doesn't look amazing. But I think we've got 10k left. And we've got power up until about here. So I think, well, we're gonna need an enclosure anyway. So I think let's just do one right now. So I might do a weird kind of indentation thing so you can get closer and more kind of into the enclosure, I guess. Just like that. If I do that symmetrical on both sides, if I can get it symmetrical. It's about there? No, not quite. It's not being rounded. I think that the worst thing in Planet Zoo, by far, the pathing. It's quite a pain to get used to the pathing. But I guess once you're used to it, it's fine. There we go. Like that, and then I can have little plant bits in here. So I think I'm going to start with this enclosure on the left. But before we get into actually building the enclosure, we should probably look at what animal we want. Now, meerkats is just on my search. Meerkats would be quite good, but I feel like they should probably go in to the zoo a little bit more instead of having them right on the entrance. We want something pretty eye-catching right at the start. African penguins, they're a bit expensive. So I guess we can just go through here and look until we find something. Okay, I think I found it. I think we're going to go with giant anteaters. They're not too expensive. The stats aren't great. Ideally, we'd want a breeding pair, but there aren't. Are there any good males? I guess that one's alright. I guess I'll get it. It costs money, so it's not too bad. And then let's look in here for giant... Where's giant anteaters? There. Giant anteaters. So they're vulnerable, which is alright for our first animal. 2 adults and let's say like 2 babies. 780. They need grade 2. So yeah, I think, and they can go with all of those. Okay, so I think, yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Giant anteaters. And okay, this is wooden, is a grade 3. It is climbable. Do they... Oh, what am I talking about? Anteaters can't climb. If I make it high enough, it will be fine. So, let's just go around as tight to the path as possible. So I can build the fence. After I've done this bit, I can obviously raise up the fence, make it taller, and all of that lot. But I just need to make sure that it's going to be big enough, and most importantly, have all of the things an anteater needs, you know, like all the enrichment things and everything like that. So, I guess, where did it stop over here? 2. So I guess we'll do 2 and then maybe bring it out at an angle and slightly curve it up there, and then kind of do the same on this side, I think. Bam, bam. And then that's like a perfect spot right there for the keepers to come in, and it's very close still to the keepers. So I think that is a perfect spot for this enclosure. If I just keep gradually curving it around, it should be big enough. I just need to make sure I'm not curving it too much. I have been curving it a little too far. Just a gradual curve. And again, it's a little bit too far. I mean, it's not definitely not a perfect shape, but it is big enough, and that is the most important thing, that it's going to be big enough for the animal. So I'm thinking maybe, yeah, 5 panels of glass on this side, 5 panels on that side, and then 4 panels in the middle. There we go. Like that. And then, so that's most likely going to be enough space, but I guess this edge is actually really annoying me. I'm going to neaten it up. I guess we can have more windows going around from this side over here. There we go, that's better. Yeah, that's a bit better. We can have some more windows come down here once we expand a little bit more. But, I mean, that should be big enough. We need a gate for the animals, which is on barriers. And then we should be able to send in our anteaters so that we can see what they need. Bam. And now there's animal trading, animal storage, both of these, and no path. Oh, well, I have completely forgotten, but I do need to hire staff. That might help. So I'll get a caretaker. Ideally, we want 2 keepers, a mechanic. We'll get like 2 extra vendors. And then I need to make a work zone. So if I just highlight all of this, and if I can edit the name somewhere. Okay, doesn't matter. I can do it later. Ah, here we go. I'll just call it Entrance Plaza. There we go. And then, so it should let me get my anteaters in the enclosure now. No, no path to destination. Animal Trade Center, they're here. Is it attached to the... no, it isn't. There we go. That will be why then. Just push it back. That should work now. No. I am not too sure why this isn't working. Do I need to play it, maybe? There we go. Now it works. Okay, just quickly speed it up. And that's 1 in. Where's the other one? That's 2 in. Okay. So, space-wise, oh, they've got double the amount of space that they need. Okay. So I could definitely close this down. Yeah, okay, I think I might do that. So now that we know, I'm going to box them up and just send them back to the trade center just for storage, so I can fix up their enclosure, and I will completely delete this much roughly, because we don't need it much longer than this. If I just start curving it round gradually from here, that should be enough. Okay, I guess, yeah, I guess I'm happy with that. I'll probably clean it up a little bit off camera just so you guys don't have to keep watching me. But I think, yeah, we'll send the anteaters back in, at least one of the anteaters back in, so that we can see what sort of things they need. And hello. First animal is Feliciana. Definitely said that wrong. But let's look at the space now. Yeah, that's a bit better. Still quite big, but I guess we'd rather them have big enclosures over really small enclosures. So, oh, okay, they need a lot more grass short. So, I guess, this grass, no, that's grass long. Grass short, there we go. And more soil. I'll go for something like that. That looks about nice. And I'll dig a little creek kind of going through the middle, smooth it out. And I'll put some water in just like that, so they have a little bit of space to drink and all of that lot. And then, okay, hard shelter is probably the next most important thing. I guess I could try and go for a more realistic sort of thing with like a backstage area maybe, but probably not. I'll probably do that a little bit later, and for the time being just go with a preset one. I mean, they're always, you know, they've always done me pretty good. So just shrink it into the floor a little bit more. I guess we could probably have two. I guess we could have, yeah, one there and one right in the corner here. Just so they've got a little bit of space where it's harder for the guests to be looking at them and everything. Okay. Get some bedding in these. Get some bedding on that one, and get some bedding on that one. And then we need some sort of plants. So get rid of that. Come back onto this guy. And okay. I think that's probably enough trees. A nice one, a nice big one would be quite nice. Probably enough trees. I'll go on to rocks. Rocks, in my opinion, always liven things up, especially these aquatic faux rocks, or however you pronounce it. As you can probably tell, not very good with my pronouncing. But yeah, if you just dot these around the enclosure, it makes it look, I know, a lot more realistic, I guess. It just adds realism into it. Because if you can, you know, you shrink them into the floor a little bit more, and they end up just looking like pebbles kind of dotted around. Although you don't want to go overkill with them, as I have discovered many times. Sometimes the more you do, the worse it looks. But if you get the perfect amount, it does usually look really good. It's just a bit expensive, as each one you're placing costs 5. And to make it look as real as possible, you do want to be placing quite a few. Let's just get a couple more dotted around the river's edge. maybe some even in the river at the bottom. And as you can see, it just makes it look a lot more realistic. I just need more small bushy things, I guess. I guess I can just put some of these around. Yeah, just dot a couple of these around. Make it look a bit bushy. That was actually a bad idea. We don't want that one there. And that is looking pretty good. I feel like maybe just a couple of reeds around the edge of the water might make it look a teensy bit better. Just some of these. And then sink some into the floor a little bit more. And I think after doing a little bit of painting on the terrain, I think that will look good if we have more kind of soily bits around where they walk, more grassy bits around the bits where they won't walk, and a little bit of long grass, because long grass always looks quite good. And I think I'm going to raise this up to 3 meters is about a good height. Yeah, that looks good. And then I think just some donation boxes, and then I think the first enclosure's done. Although I should probably play it and just check that they have enough room still. Yeah. Where's the one that I want to look at? Here. They can still, all of this blue stuff's where they can walk, so they can still walk around basically the entire thing, which is good. And then to finish up this enclosure, just a few, where are they? Need some donation bins and education boards. I've definitely, yeah, there we go, skipped over it. I'll put one on the corner there, one on the corner there, and then I guess I'm gonna go overkill with them, and 2 in the center there, and then have some, I feel like this is gonna be upside down. Yeah, it was. And then have just, great, that's upside down. Have some of these education boards around the outside or the inner bit like that. And then finally, all I can do is add in some enrichment for them. Just need to find the giant anteater. I've gone past it. And there. And what? Oh yes, I've completely forgotten. How have I forgotten? Food and water. Okay. I guess well, I don't need water because I got water. But I guess their food can go there. Is there any enrichment that I have for them? No. No enrichment. So I need to get, just check that this, yeah, is in the work zone. There we go. And then if I assign, or if I actually edit work zone, take that out. And then what I usually do, it's probably a waste, but I add the enclosures into their own separate work zones. There we go. Yep, just had to think about how to spell giant anteater. I think that's right. And then I assign usually 2 keepers to that one enclosure. And then, you know, they just look after that animal, which usually means that that animal will, you know, be overall happier. Although I do need a mechanic on there as well. And a vet. I forgot to hire a vet. Where's the vet? Here. Giant anteater enclosure as well. What I also need to do is get some bins around. I guess I'll just put some of these blue bins around the place. Bit annoying because they're a bit in the way, but it is what it is. Get one in there, and then just 2 on the edges. And I'm definitely going overkill on these bins, but 1 up here as well. So I think what I might do to finish off is get the seating area built and the little planter bit here, and then I'll probably end it, and then I will I guess I'll just do the enclosure here, and maybe even another enclosure in the next episode, but we will see what happens. So I'm just going to finish up these things, and then I will see you at the end of the video. Okay, so as you can see, I've built a little picnic area here, and I've placed these barriers, meaning hopefully guests shouldn't be able to walk through these. They should just walk around, along with this little bit here that I've added, which I think actually looks really nice. All I need to do now as the final thing is add, I was going to and I completely forgot, need to add these educational speakers. I'm just going to put them above the TVs, and obviously talk about the giant anteater, and just check that their coverage doesn't clash. Yeah, and then that's better. And I might actually might just place one in the bushes here, which is always going to be a pain to click. Maybe I place it on the wall instead. There we go, giant anteater. And let's just move it a little bit down here. There we go. And then that is this first kind of half of the entrance done. I just need to do the other enclosure that's going to go here. No clue what's going to go in it, but I guess you'll find out in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.